AGL Captain Ginyu has one of the strongest leader skills in the game, giving a thick 200% buff to some of the strongest units Dokkan has to offer, and because of that, team building around this guy becomes very interesting. Usually when it comes to videos like this, I like to explore or show you guys only one team to maximize a unit's potential, but in Ginyu's case, even though he's meant to be run on the Ginyu Force team, you can still get away with running other units that are not on the category and still have the team look very, very oppressive. So even though I'm going to show you one specific Ginyu Force team in this video, I'm also going to show you some other rotations you can still run. I'll explain how they're going to work, and that way this team can still look very, very dominant. So keep that in mind. Let me just quickly catch only one person lacking with a very quick subscriber challenge or like challenge. If you have already subscribed, just please be honest with me here, okay? If you don't have the physical LR Ginyu Force unit awakened at the time you are watching this video, I don't care how far along you are, if they are not an LR in your box right now, you got caught lacking today, you got to subscribe to the channel. It is what it is. They've been around for so many years, there is no excuse. But if you do have them awakened, shout out to you. I appreciate you for grinding. You can skip today's subscriber challenge. Let's hop straight into today's video. So first things first, let's focus on the very first rotation for this team, which I'm gonna have as AGL GINYU, obviously, and then the banner unit support Jace and Burger. These two make a wonderful rotation. When it comes to this unit right here, when they're fully built up, they actually have a lot of freaking power. So they have 150% to attack and defense. They get an additional 50% for every single attack they perform. So I guess it comes out to 200% attack and defense. But they're also buffing themselves from their support. So they give 3 key and 30% to attack and defense to Space Traveling Warriors units. And then an extra 3 key, sorry, just 30% attack and defense to all allies. And they also are giving that to himself because it doesn't say excluding themselves. So at full power, they're getting 3 key and 260% to attack and defense. But more importantly, they're giving 3 key and 60% to attack and defense to AGL Captain Ginyu, who, by the way, does not need that buff, okay? Keep in mind that Ginyu is also supporting Ginyu Force allies with 30% to attack and defense. So this unit here is hitting 290% to attack and defense with Ginyu support. And then Ginyu, with all of everything that he offers, is still getting an extra 60% to attack and defense. These two complement each other very, very well, which is also why I was mentioning earlier before this banner even dropped that be careful when you summon for Ginyu, because when you summon for Ginyu, you also want the banner units as well because they complement each other. You basically need to run them together for these units to be at their maximum power. So that is the first rotation for this team. The second rotation I want to explore is the friend Captain Ginyu alongside the other banner unit Raccoon and Goldo, sorry. So again, when it comes to this unit, I believe that having a guaranteed guard, where is it? Here, let me see. Yeah, guards all attacks and high chance of stunning the attacked enemy when Ginyu is on the turn. So when these two are together, this unit has 180% defense, guaranteed guard, 50% defense when guard is activated, and an extra 50% defense per attack received while they're raising defense on a super attack, and while they have a high chance to stun, which comes in very clutch for content like SBR and even extreme SBR. So this unit is still very powerful, and these two complement each other very well. I believe they share 5 links, and these two chads right here also share 5 links. So it's like they're meant to run. These two rotations are very, very strong, okay? So that's basically 4 units. We need 3 other units to finish off this team. One of them, I believe, is a really good option, is the EZA for LR Physical Ginyu Force. Even though their EZA sorry, is very expensive, I think they're still going to be really, really good. Now, one issue is that since this guy is a floating unit, you can't take advantage of their 18 key super effect, because for this to be, you need this unit in slot 1 or slot 2 for the last 2 or the last unit to get this buff, which is definitely unfortunate, but you know, it is what it is. But they are also supporting the Ginyu Force category with 3 key and 30% to attack and defense. So what happens is these two rotations, even though they complement each other so well, are getting an extra 3 key and 30% to attack and defense. in terms of a buff. And then these two are also getting this unit with the buff of this LR is over 300% attack and defense, which is absolutely insane. And when you consider the linking that these guys do, all the key support in this unit on rotation, when it comes to both of these, like, it's just instant super attacks. There's no key issues that you're going to be facing here. It's actually ridiculous, the cohesiveness of this team, right? Another unit I want to share with you is this STR Jace. Now, one thing to keep in mind is that this Jace unit here, actually, let me see if I can see it here. Where is it? Is it not this unit? Let me see here. Wait, am I slow, or did one of these units? Oh, never mind. Sorry, it's Ginyu. Okay, so yeah, when Ginyu Goku comes out, he has a high chance of foreseeing enemy's super attack when there's an ally whose name includes Jace on the team. So just for Jace existing on the team, you can see enemy super attacks for the rest of the fight, especially if you have one Ginyu on one rotation and another Ginyu on another rotation. So that Jace restriction can either be activated from this into Jace Inverter or the free-to-play Jace right here. And guess what? When this guy is on rotation, or just basically on the team just for existing, he also sees enemy super attack. So you're gonna have just constant rotations no matter where you are of seeing the enemy super attack, which comes in very valuable. But this unit is also supporting 3 key again and 30% to attack, and on top of that, an extra 40% defense to Ginyu Force allies when there's another Ginyu Force ally on the team, which again, there's definitely a lot obviously on this team. So imagine giving an extra 40% defense to this unit who doesn't really need it. They're stacking defense, and they have an extra 60% to this from this unit. It's like, dude, this team is disgusting. Imagine giving an extra 40% defense to a unit who guards with 180% here, 50% here, 50% here, defense right here. Dude, this team is actually crazy how cohesive it is, okay? And then in the last slot, you do have this Int Ginyu. I did slap him on the team because I do believe he is one of the best, probably the best free-to-play Ginyu Force unit out there. So this guy does have his value. He does seal super attack, which comes in clutch. But also when it comes to difficult content, if you're facing 2 or more enemies, he does have the 50% damage reduction, which comes in really nice in that last slot because he's also raising his defense for the turn as well. So it's like he's in the 3rd slot, he's raising his defense, and then, I mean, dude, if he seals, he's not gonna get it. Dude, it's this guy in SBR and ESPR can be very strong defensively, and now that he has access to a 200% buff, the amount of utility this guy has is obviously a lot better. Now, he doesn't support the team in the general sense of 3 key, 40% attack and defense, or whatever the case is, but I think sealing is definitely going to help in SBR. Raising defense is going to help you don't get killed, stuff like even the 50% damage reduction, right? Now, one thing I want to mention is that if you don't want to run this Ginyu, you do actually have the option of running this Chad right here, because even though this unit is not great, we were all disappointed at how bad they were even after or post EZA. Keep in mind that now they have a 200% leader skill, so they're getting an extra 60% to attack and defense from both your leader skill and the friend Ginyu Force. So it's like they're definitely going to look a lot better, and they're also supporting the Space Traveling Warriors team. So just keep that in mind. Now, that, in my opinion, is one of the best, most cohesive teams you can run with the new AGL Dokkan Fest Ginyu, and the best part about it is many of these units are free to play, right? So keep that in mind. Now, let's just say, for example, you don't want to run another, let's say you only have Jace Inverter, you don't have Rikumen Gildo, right? And you don't really want to run this unit, or I guess since you don't have him, you can't run him anyways, but you want to have this Ginyu unit floating or whatever. There's 2 other rotations you can use to make this team hit a lot harder than what it would, but keep in mind that it will cost you a little bit of cohesiveness. So one rotation you can definitely run are these 2 big boys right here. This guy I still consider to be one of the top LRs in the game, and now he has access to a 200% leader skill, and so does this unit. So with these 2 units together on the same rotation, this Frieza, especially if you're facing a Goku, is going to look absolutely absurdly broken keep that in mind. And he's also getting supported by the Dildo Frieza here. Now, the only downside is, again, cohesiveness is a cost. So this unit will still be supporting, but this unit will not be supporting in terms of the defense that they offer. So it is a little bit of a, you know, you are losing just a little bit, nothing crazy, but you're still losing a little bit of that defense you could have had. Also, if you're going to be running this rotation, that means that you're going to have at least your friend Captain Ginyu floating off and supporting the team. But since this unit only supports Ginyu Force allies and not all allies, you are not going to get access to this buff when you have this rotation and then this Ginyu coming on rotation as well. So even though these two are super OP, it does cost you a little bit of the cohesiveness the team can actually offer you. And if you don't want to run these two, you can also run these two. Now, AGL Turles, I do suspect he'll get his EZA during this celebration, maybe even in part 2. If not, then definitely after the anniversary when, you know, physical Raditz or Baditz drops. So just keep that in mind. But regardless, this guy with his EZA is obviously, like, he's putting up 7, 8, 9 mil attack stats, which is stupid. Next to this guy? Like, do I really have to explain? Like, I think I don't have to explain, right? One of the strongest rotations in the game. And now they have access to a 200% leader skill through Terrifying Conquerors and Space Traveling Warriors. So all I'm saying is wait for this guy's EZA, especially if you have STR LR Turles. And if you get that done, you will be good to go. So even though you can't run this rotation right now, it's something definitely to look forward to. Especially maybe if you have this guy not awakened yet. His EZA will be dropping, so please stay tuned for that. And when it does drop, I do think having Captain Ginyu lead these two as just a rotation is super OP. So there you guys have it. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Let me know how or what way you're going to run this team. I do think in terms of, again, cohesiveness, having everyone super attack, no issues whatsoever, this team right here is definitely one of the strongest you can make, even though there's 3 free-to-play units here. Another great thing too, especially if you include this unit, is you do have representation for all 5 types. So again, you have AGL, you have Int, you have STR, you have Physical, and you have Tech. Now, the reason why I say that as a point is because sometimes you're in events where, let's say, the boss is AGL, and then you don't have any tech units, you know, to really counter that AGL boss. So you can end up taking a lot of freaking damage, right? So having a unit of every single type, I do think is still worth to note. But a unit like Zarbon and Doria, I don't really think it matters because they're not that great anyways. But even though they have like a mini EZA now with the 200% leader skills, I don't think it's really going to make too much of a difference. But there you guys have it. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like, subscribe if you are new, and I will see you in the next one. Take care and peace.